I got a picture, but then I lost it.
Oh, you did?
I want a picture. I see you, man. I see you.
See you later. All right, let's go.
Jim, what do you think about Chocolatito, man? What do you think about that whole thing?
You know, I think his fire has gone up, and some of it is the 115 pounds, and some of it is that he found that guy who has his number. It just happens sometimes.
What do you think about Inoue? He seemed like maybe the most impressive.
He was an amazing looking talent. I think we're going to see a lot of him. If I were Sorwin Visai, I would try to stay away from Inoue for a while.
And looking forward to next week. Canelo looks like he's putting on a lot of weight. Looks a lot bigger. Do you see that advantage, disadvantage, overtraining?
I don't know about that. The thing I most think about next week is that if Canelo deludes himself into believing that he knows Gennadi's power because he's sparred with him a couple of times, he's dreaming. He doesn't know Gennadi's power. It's a first-time experience for everybody that Gennadi hits. Maybe he can take it. We'll find out. You know, over the long course of the fight, the counterpuncher has advantages because he has more ways to adjust. So Canelo can gain confidence, you know, maybe find a way to win the fight if it goes rounds. But on the other hand, if he's out of there in the first 3-4 rounds because he's just never tasted that kind of power, I'm not shocked.
And last question, do you see a Gennadi kind of similar to what we saw in the Lemieux fight? Kind of a little more boxing Gennadi? Or?
I think it's possible that Gennadi will choose to box him, but that's a different style. Lemieux wasn't a counterpuncher. Lemieux was a pure brawling attacker. So Gennadi wanted to go in and say to him, you're going to be in a boxing match, you're not going to be in a brawling attacking fight. Canelo's a counterpuncher. You know, so part of him wants Gennadi to attack him. On the other hand, maybe Gennadi does go in and box him, but at the end of the day, there's got to be a moment when Gennadi turns on the fire and says, I'm going to put you out of here with my power. That's what he's about.
Looking forward to seeing you calling it, sir.
Right.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
I want to get a picture and then
All right. Sorry. They're waiting for us out of the car.
I'll take it.
He's ordered Rungless. I now has to fight Estrada. So that's a great matchup.
What do you think made the difference this time around for Rungless to get that match? I like to think that his size made a big difference in the fight. Choco's been struggling at that weight, but what do you mean?
At the weigh-in, I looked at both guys. It looked like Chocolatito was bigger than Rungless. I looked at tonight in the ring. It just Rungless was so much bigger and just punches hard. I actually thought.
Are we all going right now? Or?
I don't know,
¿Pero va a ser un one-on-one o si todos?
No sé lo que...
First fight where he was able to dominate later rounds. But when he started training, he just
No, I don't. He was first, so that's what I'm asking.
There's a lot of question marks now about where Choco go from here. He's in this weight class. He tried to be back down, but he was struggling.
I was gonna
to make the weight. Kind of like in a weird spot now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
only
working,
3 pounds, but
and it's a lot lighter.
Oh,
sad.
I'll talk to Mr. Honda, Tycoon's promoter, and Carlos Honda, his manager, and see what they want to do. I mean, only 2 fights ago, he was considered universally a pound-for-pound fighter, so it could be just one of those matchups where Masai has a bad style for him. Southpaw style, big puncher, very big guy, big, even 115 pounds. So, you know, it could be one of those things where Ramon can beat everybody else except when he runs in against Masai. It's a tough matchup for him. So we have to see what Ramon wants to do. And Carlos fight, and then go from there.
In terms of the co-main event, like you mentioned earlier, Naoya Inoue made a very good debut. I felt for neither. Every time a punch was there, you could see like organs moving. It was the weirdest thing.
It was tough. I was feeling the body punches. They were so hard, man. I was wincing. That was
everybody on press row. Every time he would land a punch, I was like, Jesus.
I could just turn my head and listen to the punch and know how it's
He had a tremendous opportunity tonight to fight for the world title, fight on HBO, and he really tried to make the best out of it. You run into a guy like Inoue.
I think so, Roman.
Inoue.
The first one he made changed the movement.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Great.
He looked awkward and
yeah.
putting
They bought a
unsure.
ton of more tickets for the fight, so he's establishing a big following. It's his first fight in America. You got to put Inoue in the top 10, towards the top 10. I mean, his dominant performance against a world-class fighter like Antonio Inoue is just it was very impressive.
It gets me thinking that we could potentially see after
ya están listándolo
the
la.
fight him go up against Rubenstein.
Absolutely. There's no guarantee Rubenstein beats Estrada. Estrada had a very impressive performance in Quadra. That was a true Mexican style fight. That was non-stop action. The guys were going at it 100%, and that was a great way to kick off the Superfly show. Was by that kind of matchup, 12-round war where Estrada won by 1 point. So you got to give him a lot of credit. But Estrada showed some great boxing skills, and that's going to be a great matchup against Estrada and Inoue against the winner of that.
Our smash goal like the week after Vegas.
Yeah. That's going to be cool. Hey, that's a big... Chocolate's big.
Yeah, when I saw him, like, that's pretty good.
Paul just had one, like, you like,
I thought, it was very close. It was very close, but with the knockdown, I figured I wasn't keeping score at ringside, but I figured that the knockdown Estrada had won, or done enough to win. And then when they announced the quadras, I'm like, that didn't seem right. But then Michael Buffer quickly changed it, and then everyone pumped down in the arena. We had a great crowd tonight. It was completely sold out. Every seat went clean, and when you have great weather like this under the Southern California skies, you can't beat this type of venue.
So you think more flyweights in the KT banner here at StubHub or at the Forum in the future?
Well, the flyweights were under 6 different promotional banners. We were able to put the event together with the help of HBO. And with the cooperation of all 6 promoters. I will have to say that the flyweights, the promoters of the flyweights are much more willing to get in the ring to put their guys in tough fights than fighters in other glamour divisions. So we have a lot of respect for the small guys, and the small guys sometimes put on the biggest shows.
Now we're leading into the biggest one next Saturday. I know we're all anxious for it. Tom, thank you so much. It's really great seeing you. Really appreciate it. It was a great card, right?
This was a great prelude for the best fight of the year between Gallo and Chocolatito. That's what the fans are.
Next weekend, September 16th. Don't miss the fans. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. See you inside the post.
Okay.
Tom.
Yes.
I gotta go.
What was your reaction, Tom?
Thanks for Okay.
What was your reaction, man, when that happened?
Well, I was surprised. I knew it was going to be a tough fight for both guys. I knew Chocolatito wanted to get his title back. I knew Rungvisai wanted to prove that it wasn't a fluke the first time, that he's a true champion. Both guys came in with tremendous hearts. You saw, really, Chocolatito is almost like the hometown favorite here in LA. He had a tremendous turnout, completely sold out the StubHub Center. But you can't take anything away from Rungvisai. I think Chocolatito maybe started trading with him a little bit too early. His game plan probably should have been to go a little bit more in the later rounds like he did in New York in the Madison Square Garden when he was dominating the second half of the fight. But when he had the first knockdown, there was still a lot of time in the ring, and instead of moving and clinching, he kept fighting, and he just got caught a second time, and the second time just was. Boy, that was a scary moment for a guy like Chocolatito. You don't see him on the canvas very often, and you got to give Rungvisai a lot of credit. You got to give Inoue a lot of credit. I mean, Inoue, the monster, lived up to his nickname. I mean, that was the co-feature, and boy, you got to put Inoue the way he took apart a guy like Antonio Nieves. My ribs started hurting with those body shots. I was wincing, and boy, Inoue's got to be in the top 10 pound for pound, and then Estrada, the way he fought against Quadras, you got to give those guys credit. It was a very close fight, a true Mexican style fight. I mean, there was non-stop action. The small guys always put on the biggest show, and a big future in front of it. 115 pounds.
Do you see Chocolatito moving back down? Maybe these guys are a little too.
Promotions and his manager Carlos Blandon. he was dominating 112 pounds. It's you know, when you move up 3 pounds, it doesn't seem like a lot, but you know, he had a very tough fight against Quadras at 115, and then you know, he had the 2 tough fights against Rungvisai. It might be one of those things that just Rungvisai has a bad style for him. He's a southpaw, he's a big puncher. Physically, I mean, he's a big guy for 115 pounds. So at the weigh-in yesterday, I thought Roman was about the same size, but in the ring today, you could see Rungvisai was much bigger. So it was a great fight, great main event.
About Superfly, Tom, you think is one of the most very important events in your
I think it's one of the best fights, best events we've ever been involved with. It's completely sold out, StubHub Center. This had so much world-class talent on it. I think we can do a Superfly 2 and a Superfly 3. I mean, the great thing about the guys in this division and the promoters is that they'll fight each other. You know, they want to show who's the best, and you know, when you had Inoue in a dominant performance, you had Rungvisai dominant performance, and Estrada, the way he boxed. What can you say? I mean, there's so much talent, and it's such a deep division that we can put on some great matchups.
As a promoter, how do you leave the moment when Chocolatito fell down?
It was tough. It was really hard to see the best pound-for-pound fighter only 2 fights ago, you know, laying on the canvas like that, and not just being a flash knockdown like in New York. I mean, he was really down for a while, and that just, I mean, not just for Chocolatito, but you know, anyone that goes down like that, as a promoter, it always pains you, because it's just, you know, you want the best for the guys that are participating on the show and really, you know, put their hearts and souls into putting entertainment in for, you know, for the fans. So that's a tough. It was tough to see him on the canvas for that long.
Early in the fight, Chocolatito was complaining about headbutts to the referee. Do you think that could have, in your opinion, been a distraction, since that was such a major factor in the first fight, that he prepared more for that in this rematch?
It was definitely a big factor in the first fight. He got headbutted numerous times accidentally, but definitely I think that took a toll in the first fight, especially with the blood coming down. I think this time around there were a couple of clashes ahead, but it wasn't anything as serious as it was the first time. So I just think Chocolatito, he kind of got out of his game plan, where he started trading with Rungvisai a little bit too early, and you can't stand in the pocket with a guy like Rungvisai, a southpaw that can really punch.
Tom, quickly, just looking ahead to next weekend, Canelo's been posting a lot of pictures. Looks very big, bigger than he's ever looked.
Looks very big, looks very strong, looks very fast. It's going to be a tremendous matchup. Gennady posted a picture.
I saw that
on Friday, and I think that put to bed any rumors about him coming into camp not in shape or being the heaviest he's ever been in a training camp. Gennady was the hardest working guy that I know, and I was up in camp 4 times this time. They did a lot of publicity up there, but he's ready for this fight. You can see like every part of his body had definition on it. Even his own forearms were striated. I mean, he works every part so hard that this is the type of fight he realizes with the foundation that he has, or the platform that he has on this show from T-Mobile next week on HBO pay-per-view. Platform, he's going to put on the best performance of his career. Abel said he's never seen the sparring that he's had this time around. 5 tremendous sparring partners, and the way Gennady has really excelled in the sparring. He's ready to go, and I really feel confident he's going to put on a great show for the fans. Both guys are going to put on a show for the fans, but I'm convinced that Triple G is going to come out victorious.
Canelo started posting workout video, like, I want to say a week after the Chavez fight or something like that. I mean, that was, you know, 5 months ago. Do you feel like there could be he might have overtrained maybe the way his physique looks? And
you know, that's hard to say. I don't know really the ins and outs or the inner workings of his of the training camp, but I mean, you know, look, Canelo is a consummate professional. He's got 1 loss to Floyd, and that was early. You know, that was what, 3 years ago. And you know, now he's a completely different fighter. The way he dominated Chavez for 12 rounds, the way he has knockouts over Khan and Kirkland. You know, Canelo is at a completely different level than he was against Floyd. And Gennady's wanted this type of a challenge where the fans and the media will recognize, okay, here's a pound-for-pound fighter that you've beaten, and you'll get the accolades for it.
Thank you so much, Tom. Appreciate your time. They're probably calling him for the press conference.
Looking at my Facebook page.
Oh my God.
You know, sometimes they throw up like an old picture from years ago, and there's a picture of me interviewing
Fred. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hey, I applied for the Dodger thing yesterday, and I just got an email yesterday saying she couldn't, like...
Everyone's getting it. They had so many people. They cut it off yesterday.
Because I emailed like the same day. Like.
Yeah, I don't know what the... I mean, you're not the only one.
I was going to see if maybe you could send her an email, see if I could get in. Because it's just me. If
she is sick of me.
No, really? Well, yeah. Thank you, though. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Much cooler than the last time I saw you.
What's up, brother? How's it going, man? Good to see you.
Camera, man.
Thank you, thank you.
What is it?
It's Nikon. It's 2500, I think. I think it's, yeah.
Is that better than the? I assume it's better than the 9.
I'll be right back.
Well, I would assume so. Yeah, I don't know much about cameras. I just.
I seen a video someone posted the other day. They posted a normal camera, Nikon, like zooming in on the moon. And dude, you're able to see like the whole damn landscape of that.
No shit. You can see like the holes in the moon and all.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Yeah, no, it was on sale, so. Yeah, I know, right? We'll go all the way to the press conference.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see what's going on. Post fight. I'm trying to see if there's a post fight press conference. Oh, press conference.
No, I mean. If you were on the undercard, they asked for your credential right away. I mean, get out.
I told you, bro, the weak link. I got in.
I went through the weak link as well.
Yeah. I like that guy.
That dude was not being athletic. Can't you read, dog? Red dirt?
Yeah, that's mine. Has anything started yet or no? Has anything started yet? It's mine. Anybody. It's
he did like all Japanese and then he fucking
it's
For your phone?
yeah.
That's actually
It's
a
home
shower
phone.
cat. A shower
No.
cat.
It looks like it though.
That's like a clip, huh?
It's yeah. So it's actually a it was like a barbecue light and like fan.
barbecue like.
It was. So you could move it, but the fan thing broke, so I took that off. And I just kept this thing.
You haven't seen his Instagram post, the most inventive man in the world? That shit was hilarious.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah.
He's always live.
Gotta get those 12 views.
There you go.
Dude,
I had 17,000 for. I had
I saw you have a
17,000.
video that has 1 million.
2 million, bro. Almost 2 million.
Get it right,
Yeah.
get it right.
Yep.
I have one that has 1 million. But
Hey, do you have one that's close to 2 million? No? Okay.
Yeah, I hit a million. I hit a million.
I said 2, bro.
Nah,
I said
nah.
2. Listen
yeah,
what I'm
two
saying.
videos have 1 million. If you combine them, I got 2. Hey, thick one. Okay,
Hey, when'd you
guys-
get this?
got 2 million. Oh, I had it for a while, though. Just the last two, those two were wild card.
Oh, you did lose a couple, huh? You told me about that.
Yeah, I'm getting a new one for the Canelo. Triple G.
A new tripod?
Yeah, one of those like professional ones. So.
Just donating your money to
Amazon.
To Amazon or what?
Yeah, yeah. Before buying, I actually bought stocks.
Get some money back.
Yeah, well, once they pay the dividends, I'll be good.
You guys talk to Abel after?
Yeah. One-on-one.
Yeah. I got to talk to Lampley real quick. Did anybody talk to Roy or Max?
No. You know how they kept us away and shit?
Yeah,
That's fucking ridiculous.
That's why I went to the guy all the way on the right. I was telling before, and I was like scoping him out. I was like, bro, that's the weakest link over there, bro. Like, he didn't give a shit about his job.
Yeah.
He was just.
He let you through?
Yeah, he didn't look at me, bro. I walked by and he just. I actually even got a ticket from someone coming out. I was like, hey, bro, you done with your ticket? He's like, yeah, I'm out. All right, cool. So just in case he said anything, but I just, he's like, oh, because he's like watching the fight. I think he's a fan, that's why. he's like watching what's going on.
Oh, before the fight in it?
Huh?
Before the ones that fight in it?
Yeah. He was the only one. Everyone else was like facing this way. He's like,
yeah. So like, what's the chance? I was like, not to tonight. Which one? I think on the fucking body bag though.
the what?
On the fucking body bag though.
Yeah, so then I walked in. He was like, he gave me.
So he was like, 3 days. When I came in, he's like, this is 3 days. I mean, he has it already. And then I came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice.
Got it. Thank you.
What are you saying? We're done.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
I know.
All right, we're gonna try to see who else is around because press conference had started. Morning.
No? So maybe after. Oh, you're gonna wait for him after?
Oh, wait.
I'll see if he has time. Next draw. How are you? Do you have time after he has?
It's virtual reality. Promo we made for the fight next week.
So let's do it in Vegas. Let's check it out in Vegas.
Okay, great. I was going to talk about getting access to, because we're going to work with Canelo before and after.
That was a show.
I have a friend that lives out there. Yeah, he tells me crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like the politicians out there. So like,
He's insane. Hey, so that one hit $1 million? Yeah. That was dope. There's probably a lot more, no? Because the way you were telling me it was growing, it seemed like it was going to be like
still like probably like 1 point and like 30K. Still.
That's good, bro.
Once we brought up the whole fucking the belt for next week, it's like I gotta go, guys.
No way.
It's like, yeah, they're moving me.
You're like, bro, no one's around you, bro.
Yeah, they were like trying to get us out of the way. They had this big old car.
Oh, that's like they have that Indian belt and have like Kazakhstan or something, right? Yeah, I saw that.
It was cool seeing old Grand Out of Boxing play or whatever. And go now we gotta take care of Chocolatito. We gotta take care of him. Make sure he gets to fight again in a long time.
Poor guy. Poor kid, dude. I fucking like that dude.
That's a Supreme Boxing curse, son. That's a Supreme Boxing curse. I'm telling you, fool, the curse exists. Even before you knocked him out, I told John, hey, he's gonna get dropped right now. Either give him a few more rounds. The curse continues. And then I told you because he was gonna get dropped. And the curse continues. So we got an email from
What did they say?
Nope.
Huh?
Not even one.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce Juan Francisco Estrada coming up here to the podium. He had a tremendous performance tonight. Opening this show, this was a tremendous show. We publicized it the whole time that this is the best triple header we've seen for a long time. Even all the undercards were terrific. And for Estrada to put on that type of performance as the very first fight on HBO, it just goes to show the quality of these matchups. So with that, I mean, we had a complete sellout tonight. I believe the official attendance was 7,418. StubHub said it went totally clean. Every seat that was able to be sold was sold. Actually, there's some television production kills and things of that nature, but we appreciate all the fans coming out. They recognized the matchups tonight. I'd like to give a lot of thanks to Peter Nelson and HBO for Peter's support of the 115-pound super flyweight division. I think we saw so much talent tonight. Even Brian Valoria had a tremendous fight also, and that wasn't even on HBO. So we appreciate Peter's investment in the super flyweight division and HBO's support. And with the matchups we saw tonight, I really think we'll see Superfly 2 and Superfly 3. It's such a red-hot division right now, and so much talent. You know, when you have Inoue, it's got to be one of the top pound-for-pound fighters. The way Estrada fought tonight and beat Quadras, and then you look at what Rungvisai did was tremendous. So with that, I'd like to turn over the microphone. Peter, would you like to say a few words on behalf of HBO?
I just want to thank all the fighters involved in the show tonight. I want to thank the managers and the promoters involved as well. This was a wonderful night for fight fans. Anyone who wasn't a boxing fan before tonight, watching the fights tonight, I'm sure they became a boxing fan for life. And I'm jealous of that feeling. I remember when it happened to me. I want to thank Tom Loeffler in particular, who had the vision to put this show together and really brokered all these deals with a variety of different promoters from a host of different countries. And for a sport that often is very fragmented, it's nice when you can find 6 fighters at the top of a division who are all going to fight each other and are going to do it on one show. It was a great event, and HBO's privileged to have been a part of it.
Thank you, Peter. Like I said, you know, Peter had the vision and the foresight when we were doing the Triple G shows, when we were looking for what can we do as the best co-feature. And, you know, there was this guy from Nicaragua who was considered the best pound-for-pound fighter, and Peter said, let's put on Chocolatito. And ever since Chocolatito made his HBO debut, it really, that was at the flyweight at that time, but it really showed a big spotlight on the lighter divisions. And this Superfly show is a result of Peter's vision. So what I'd like to do now is introduce my friend from Sanford Promotions, Fernando Beltran, who can speak more specifically about Estrada's fight, about the future, what he sees for Estrada. The WBC has ordered that Rungvisai has to defend against Estrada as a mandatory now. So I'd like to introduce Fernando Beltran.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you very much, Peter. I really appreciate the effort of Tom Loeffler and Peter Nelson to show the world that the guys who only weigh 115 pounds can really entertain in the television and can really put fights together like the ones that we saw tonight. Honestly, I believe, with a lot of respect to the other fighters, that Juan Francisco Estrada is the best 115-pounder in the world. And he's got an L in his record with Chocolatito Gonzalez, but that lost is not an excuse. It's the only fight in his career that he fought in 108. The only one. He never fought in 108. He only fought one fight, and it was a hell of a fight. And now we're very happy that Peter Nelson, HBO, we would like to thank also Tecate, that he's been working very close with Triple G, with Tom, with us here in the States, and with HBO also. Tecate, I would like to thank them because they are big supporters of the sport. And we're very happy that you guys include us in this show. I think we really put a great performance. We are ready to fight tomorrow. The Thai guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ruinside. And the future of Juan Francisco Estrada is to fight the world champion, the guy who just knocked out Roman Gonzalez, and of course we want to do it here. We want to do it this year, and we want to do it in HBO. Absolutely, I think we all deserve to do this, to see this tremendous matchup. I know the winner is going to be the audience of television, the audience present here. And we want to come back here. We feel very lucky because right now in my country, in Mexico, we have fighters. We have 3 fighters that just won the title this year. 3 fighters that two of them are being in HBO. Of course, the great up and coming Miguel Berchel from Cancun, Mérida, Yucatan also. And Luis Neri just won the title from Tijuana. He's not been in HBO yet. And Juan Francisco Estrada, who tonight just put a tremendous performance. We feel very blessed, very lucky. And honestly, I would like to turn the microphone to Estrada and to see what he wants to do if he saw the fight of the Tiger again and against Gonzalez. And I would like to turn the microphone and ask Juan Francisco how he feels. It's going to be translated by my co-promoter in the show, Juan Hernandez, who we make a great team in the career of Juan Francisco Estrada. And congratulations, Juan. And I know he's the best 115 in the world. Thank you very much.
Bueno, buenas noches. Pues más que nada estoy muy contento por esta gran victoria ante un gran peleador como Carlos Cuadras, un ex campeón del mundo.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm very happy for my win against Carlos Cuadras, who's a great former champion.
Bueno, yo demostré que en los supermodels también traigo para ser campeón del mundo.
I think I showed everybody that at super flyweight, I'm also going to become a world champ.
Quiero agradecer a HBO por esta gran oportunidad que me brindó.
I want to thank HBO for this great opportunity.
A mi empresa Latin Sport, a Fernando Beltrán de Sanfer por esta gran oportunidad y pues ojalá que HBO me siga apoyando y seguir peleando aquí en Estados Unidos.
I want to thank my promoters for this great opportunity, and I hope that HBO keeps supporting me so I can keep giving the fans great fights like tonight in the U.S.
Espero que pues hayan disfrutado de esta gran pelea entre dos mexicanos muy buenos y pues ojalá que pues se venga la pelea buena con el campeón que ahora es Rumbisai y pues ojalá que se dé muy pronto.
I hope everybody enjoyed the show between 2 Mexicans. It ended up being a real war. And I'm ready to fight the champion who ended up being Rubinsai, and I hope it's as soon as possible.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to just take a couple questions. Just raise your hand. Go ahead, Francisco.
Juan Francisco, felicidades, como te expliqué antes. El momento cuando se anunció las puntuaciones y se anunció que Carlos Cuadras ganó, ¿qué fue que estaba en tu mente a ese momento?
Sin duda yo sabía que había ganado la pelea, ¿no? Desde antes de la decisión y pues sí me saqué de onda. Era una pelea que había ganado de calle, ¿no? Lo tumbé y pues tal vez los primeros rounds sí estuvo un poco cerrada la pelea, pero yo sabía que había ganado y pues sí me saqué de onda, ¿no?
Sure. The question was, what went through your mind after you heard the scorecards that were first read for Carlos Cuadras? And the answer was, I was really thrown off. I thought I won the fight very clearly. I thought I dominated the fight. I even dropped him. So I was just very surprised at the beginning.
Go ahead, please, in the back.
Gallito, tenemos igual de serio. Parece que no ganaste, parece que perdiste. Primero que nada, ¿en qué momento te diste cuenta que envolviste a Carlos Cuadras con tu pelea, con tu boxeo? Ya decidiste el combate.
Bueno, yo siempre he sido serio, siempre he sido, pues, yo dedicado a lo mío, ¿no? Yo me subo al ring, como le dije Cuadras, arriba vas a pagar todo lo que no te dije abajo, y pues así fue, ¿no? Y pues la verdad que fue una gran pelea, como digo, es un gran peleador, y pues yo demuestro siempre todo arriba del ring con mis puños, ¿no?
The question was, Estrada, you look very serious, even though you just won a big fight, you're a very serious guy. Why is that? And the answer was, I consider myself kind of a quiet person. I like to work hard and do my talking in the ring, and I feel that's exactly what I did tonight.
We'll take one more. Go ahead, Steve.
Gallo, what was your reaction to the main event and Rungvisai knocking out Chocolatito like that?
¿Qué es tu reacción de la pelea estelar y Rubinsay noqueando al Chocolatito de esa manera?
Bueno, yo creo que de hecho yo pensé que iba a ganar Chocolate por nocaut y fue al revés. La verdad sí me sorprendió, pero yo sé que puedo ganarle a Rumisai y para eso nos preparamos para esta pelea ganar y pues ir por el campeón, ¿no? Y quebrar a Rumisai y yo sé que puedo ganarle.
It was definitely a surprising result. I actually thought that Chocolatito was going to win by knockout, but he ended up losing by knockout. But I'm extremely confident that I can beat Rubinsai, and I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen next.
Well, with that, we'd like to wrap up again. Big congratulations to Juan Francisco Estrada, the official mandatory challenger for the WBC World Championship. Congratulations, Fernando, Zanfer, Juan. Congratulations for a tremendous performance.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for supporting the career of Juan Estrada. Thank you.
So we'll still bring out Inoue and Rungvisai. Inoue is ready to come out right now.
Dan Rafael.
What's up? I'm getting to know you my name. More. I'll go get him. Let's see. Okay.
Just kick it, just kick it.
Coming on now.
So, right now we'd like to recognize the talents of Inoue, the WBO Super Flyweight Champion. The performance that he put on tonight lived up to all expectations. He lived up to his nickname, the Monster. When you can take apart a world-class fighter like Antonio Nieves with those body shots that were making everybody win at the ringside, it was a spectacular performance. It's one thing to be given the stage on HBO in an arena like this. It's another thing to put on that type of a performance, that type of stoppage performance, dominant performance. So with that, we'd like to have maybe Mr. Inoue can say a few words and you can translate for the media.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you everyone for today. アメリカでのデビュー戦も7ラウンド危険で終わることができ、自分としては結果的には良かったと思っています。My American debut, I was able to complete 7 rounds and have a successful finish, and I'm grateful. もう少しきっぱりといい勝ち方をしたかったですが、また今後そういうボクシングを見せていきたいと思います。I wanted to finish with a more spectacular finish, but in the future, I hope to do so on my future fights.
Good, so we can open it up for questions. Again, Nobu will translate the questions and then translate the answers from Inoue.
Do you feel that if you continue to be a great fighter and bring it over here to the United States that you can become a real star on American soil, or will your size hold you back and Peter, I wanted to get your thoughts on that as well after Inoue answers that.
このようないいパフォーマンスを見せて、アメリカでスーパースターになれると思いますか？それとも階級が小さいから低い階級だから、なれないと思いますか？ まあ今後まだこういうボクシングを見せていって、まあ階級を上げていく予定なので、またどんどんやっていきたいです。Yes, I like to keep performing well like I did tonight, and I also plan to go up in weight as well in the future.
And what I'd contribute to that is that, you know, anyone who's seen a documentary on HBO, The Defiant Ones, recently saw Jimmy Iovine say that greatness can come from anywhere. And tonight we saw that it can come at the super flyweight division, and it can come from any country in the world, and tonight it came from Japan.
Next question, please. Go ahead.
Monsa-san, what taught you to showboat like the way you did?
なんであのような勝負というか、ちょっと見せらしいなところがあったじゃないですか。試合の中で向こうパフォーマンスというかちょっと向こう誘うような、あれはなぜそういうことをしたんですか？相手の選手も逃げ一辺倒でこれじゃ試合にならないと自分でも思ったので。Well, the opponent was running, and I thought this wasn't going to make a good fight, so I wanted to get him to come out more.
Inoue, what was your reaction to the main event with Soren Gosai knocking out Chocolatito like that?
メインイベントの感想は、まあ一言で言うとまあ衝撃的な結末で完全シーサーゲットの土俵でやってる印象でした。In one word, it was very, it left an impact on me, and it was a one-sided fight for Shisaket.
Go ahead, Francisco. You have boxing fans here in the United States. Many came to Staples Center. How much did you want to? How did that motivate you to want to have a solid performance, especially in front of many boxing fans who came to see you fight?
アメリカであなたのファンがたくさんいて、今日スタッフアップセンターに来られたんですけれども、それはどう思いますか？アメリカでこんなにもたくさんのファンの方がいて、自分もすごく嬉しく思いますし、これからもどんどんいい試合をしていって、ファンの方を増やしていきたいなと思います。I'm pleasantly surprised that there are so many fans here, and it motivates me to put on better performance as I go up.
Francisco, I wanted to just follow up on that. It's one thing to have a great performance, like Inoue had, but the amount of tickets that he sold, all his Japanese fans, the Japanese media, he had 20 media coming from Japan that were really following him for all fight week. That's a huge statement in addition to his talents in the ring. It's his popularity in Japan, which will translate over here in the United States. I'd like to recognize his promoter, Mr. Ohashi from Ohashi Promotions. Stand up, Mr. Ohashi. Mr. Ohashi is promoter from Japan, who was kind enough to allow Inoue to fight on the show. And I have a question for...
He's also a former WBA and WBC minimum weight champion.
So I just was informed by Nobu that Mr. Ohashi was former WBA and WBC minimum weight champion. So not only is he a great promoter, but was a great fighter. And for Peter, my question is, can you see champion Inoue fighting on HBO in the future more times?
I love being put on the spot. I appreciate that just after the fight. You know, I think what we've seen with Inoue over the past year or so is that a large contingent within the American press has said again and again that they want to see him fight in the United States. And fortunately, between Mr. Ohashi, between Mr. Honda, Inoue himself, and Tom Loeffler, this opportunity arose. And whenever someone delivers a performance like this, people want to see him again. And for people who really know boxing, what they probably know about his opponent is that amateur and pro, he not only had never been knocked out, but he had never been down. Stop a fighter like that, who's a professional and knows how to fight, which Nieves clearly does, is an accomplishment on itself. And I think it's a testament to the type of power, the type of strategy, the type of presence of mind that Inoue has, and those are the types of fighters that people want to see. It's clear to me he's not afraid of anybody, and there's going to be plenty of guys who are going to be afraid of him.
Thank you, Peter. So with that, we'll conclude this portion with Inoue, but tremendous performance. Can't say enough about it, and definitely one of the top fighters now, for sure, in the sport of boxing. Thank you. Thank you. So with that, we have Sisterket Sorungvasai. He's all cleaned up now, and he's ready to come out. So we'll bring out the champion from the main event here shortly. Just wanted to thank the StubHub Center. It's always seems to be a magical night when we promote a show. The first fight that we did was Triple G Rubio, which had a great atmosphere, and then the fight tonight had a tremendous atmosphere. So, you know, whenever you can put on fights like this in a venue like this, on a network like HBO, it's a tremendous combination with the talent that we all witnessed tonight. Takati did a tremendous job with the sponsors, Chivas, Cafe Agave, Fred Loya, and M150. They're all integral parts of the evening tonight. So we'd like to thank them. And now we have, I think, Sisterket's ready to come out.
Tonight was a great appetizer for next Saturday.
Well, that's we'd like to recognize the champion. I'd like to introduce the WBC Super Flyweight Champion of the World, Sisterket Sorungvasai. This whole show really came about from Sisterket's first fight with Chocolatito. It was a very close fight in March at Madison Square Garden. Some people thought it might have been controversial, so the WBC ordered an immediate rematch. And you saw what Sisterket did tonight. There was absolutely no controversy that he's a true WBC Super Flyweight champion. Again, I'd like to thank and acknowledge Peter Nelson for just creating the opportunity of having Chocolatito on HBO, and that led to the opportunity of having Sisterket first on HBO pay-per-view and now on HBO network television. Bank had a pretty emotional speech at the press conference where he you know, kind of cataloged the journey that Sisterket had from his humble beginnings as a trash collector to now being the champion of the world and one of the best fighters also in boxing. This is what the sport of boxing affords to people of humble beginnings and allows them to rise out of those beginnings to being a champion. So with that, Bank, if Peter, would you like to say a few words on behalf of his performance tonight?
We want to congratulate the team. You know, as my old friend Bank here, congratulations to you, and congratulations to the champion. And it was a stunning performance, and again, you know, a night where we saw a tremendous fight back and forth in the opener. We saw the breakout of a star in Inoue, and then you saw an upset, and you know, one of the biggest upsets that's happened this year, and it was just a complete show top to bottom. And I think in Rungvisai's case, you know, there are rare opportunities that you have in order to become, you know, a true star, and this was a breakout performance for him. Congratulations.
Bank, if Sister Kat would like to say a few words to open as an opening statement, and then we can open it up for questions for him.
ครับผมก็ขอขอบคุณ SBO และ WBC แล้วก็ K2 Omission ก็ขอขอบคุณทุกๆคนที่ผมทำให้ทุกคนเห็นว่าผมทำได้แล้ว115ทำให้ทุกคนได้เห็นว่าผมเป็นเบอร์1ของโลก115ครับผมดีใจมากครับผม
I would like to thank HBO, K2, and WBC for this opportunity, and I also would like to thank everyone that came here and also to the stadium. I have showed the world that I'm the #1 in the world in 115 pounds.
We'll take some questions. With the way the fight played out in March, you won, Chocolatito won. Did you feel, to remove any doubt, you had to knock out Chocolatito tonight?
ไฟที่แล้วมันสูสีมากนะครับรู้สึกว่าวันนี้เราทำให้หายข้อสงสัยเนี่ย
ครับผมก็ทำให้หายโรมันกอนซาเลสก็หายสงสัยแล้วครับ
I think the way I fought with Roman Gonzalez today should eliminate all doubts that everybody has.
Champ, you had to wait 3 years to get a shot to regain your title after you lost it to Quadras. How much of a relief is it to be in this position, and did you think you'd ever get a chance to be here again?
บอกว่าตอนเราเสียแชมป์ให้โคดานะครับต้องรอถึง3 ปีกว่าจะได้มาชิงแชมป์แล้ววันนี้มีความหมายยังไงบ้างที่มีโอกาสได้อยู่วันนี้นะครับ
ครับผมก็ตั้งแต่ผมรอมา3 ปีผมถ้าโรมันไม่เลือกผมมาต่อยผมก็ไม่ได้มาเป็นศรีสะเกษสอนลุงวิสัยทุกวันนี้ครับ
Yes, I waited for 3 years, and that's why I'm grateful for the opportunity, especially for Roman Gonzalez, that gave me the opportunity to challenge for the title last time, and that's why I'm Sisake Saurung Usai today.
Any more questions?
Would you fight Estrada or Inoue in your next fight? And out of those two, who would you rather fight?
ว่าไฟหน้าอยากต่อยกับเอสตราดาหรืออินูเอแล้วก็2 คนนี้แบบอยากต่อย2 คนนี้ไหมแล้ว2 คนนี้เนี่ยเราอยากต่อยกับ
2 คนนี้ผมต่อยกับใครก็ได้ครับผมมั่นใจครับ
I can fight any of the two, and I'm very confident as well.
Just one more real quick. These 2 wins are probably the biggest wins by a Thai fighter since King Pech beat Harada back in the 60s. How important is it to you to have sort of taken the Thai boxing legacy global in a way that most fighters haven't had an opportunity to from their country?
การชนะครั้งที่แล้วและครั้งนี้เนี่ยครับเป็นการชนะยิ่งใหญ่ที่สุดของประเทศไทยตั้งแต่ผมคิงเพชรคิงฮาราดาแบบนานมากแล้วคุณมีความรู้สึกยังไงที่ทำให้เหมือนวงการมวยไทยเนี่ยเหมือนยิ่งใหญ่ขึ้นหรือเปล่านะครับ
ผมก็ทำให้คนไทยแล้วก็ทำให้คนไทยทุกคนได้เห็นว่าคนไทยไม่แพ้ชาติใดในโลกครับผม
Yes, I'm very proud because I hope that I inspired all the Thais that we Thais are also as good as any people in the world.
Thank you very much for your questions. We're going to let the champion get out of here in a minute. Tom's going to do some talking first.
So once again, congratulations, Sister Ket, a tremendous performance against 2 fights ago, considered the #1 pound-for-pound fighter, Chocolatito Gonzalez. We'd like to thank everyone from coming out. I'd like to thank the fans tonight. I'd like to thank HBO. This show was really designed as a prelude for the fight September 16th on HBO pay-per-view between Canelo and Triple G. So we appreciate everyone coming out, and we look forward to seeing everyone in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Thank you.
Oh, you know this Tom Hanks.
You sound so fucking romantic. Next time, make it fun.
Damn, I didn't know Tom Hanks like Thai fighter.
But we can talk.
Thank you.
What's the reason?
Thank
Excuse me.
Do you feel like doing some more interviews, or do you want to take Sister?
Oh, okay.
It's up to you.
I'll ask him. เขาถามว่าอยากให้สัมภาษณ์เพิ่ม thank you ให้สัมภาษณ์เพิ่มถ้าไหวก็จะได้ดังๆก็ได้ขายตัวได้ครับ Yeah, you can do something.
Okay, the Thai boxing history has also a great fighter, Ponsaklik Wonjonkam. Where does he feel that those 2 victories rank among some of his great victories and his legacy? Does he feel he made him proud as just a witness to his greatness as well, as Ponsaklik was a great fighter?
เขาบอกว่าเมืองไทยเนี่ยมีนักชกที่ดังหลายคนในอดีตอะไรนะครับอย่างเช่นพงศักดิ์เล็กอะไรครับแล้วพี่คิดว่าพี่หูถ้าจะให้เล็งน้ำหนักตัวเองคิดว่าตัวเองอยู่ตรงไหนในประวัติศาสตร์เขาบอกว่าชมทุกคนเป็นตำนาน
ก็ผมชมทุกคนครับเป็นตำนานครับผม
มันผมทำเพื่อประเทศไม่เกี่ยวกับตรงไหน
ผมทำเพื่อประเทศไทยไม่เกี่ยวกับใครครับเกี่ยวตรงไหน
I respect all the Thai fighters and the boxers. All of them, all of the world champs from Thailand were legends. So it doesn't matter where I rank in the history, but I did everything for Thailand.
Did he ever meet Ponsaklik, and did he ever share any kind of advice to him? Has he ever met him?
เคยเจอพงศักดิ์เล็กไหม
เคยครับผม
Yes.
แต่ไม่ได้พูด
But we did not talk much.
Oh, okay.
After the first fight, a lot of people said that Chocolatito won. But yet you came in here with like the hunger, like you were the one that lost and you were challenging him and you came in with a confidence. What led to that? Was it the fact that so many people were saying they believed Chocolatito won, or what led to this confidence?
เขาบอกว่าไฟล์แรกเนี่ยทุกคนไม่ใช่ทุกคนบางคนบอกว่าเรามันชนะแล้วคราวนี้เรามาต่อยเรามั่นใจมากๆเลยอะไรทำให้เรามั่นใจขนาดนั้นว่าเราจะชนะ
ผมมั่นใจแฟนมวยชาวไทยทุกคนแล้วก็มั่นใจผมซ้อมมาเต็มที่4 เดือนเต็มๆแล้วมั่นใจว่ายังไงผมก็จะชนะโรมันกอนซาเลสได้ครับ
I got the support from all the fans in Thailand, and I also trained very hard for 4 months for this fight, and I was in the best condition I have ever been. That's why I was so confident that I would win this time.
Your thoughts on seeing Roman on the floor after you knocked him out and he was there on the floor for a couple of minutes? What was going through your head? Obviously you were happy, your fans were happy, you were celebrating, but just your thoughts as a fighter yourself seeing him like that.
ตอนที่เห็นโรมันกอนซาเลสนอนอยู่บนพื้นครับเรารู้สึกอะไรบ้างก็แน่นอนว่าเราต้องดีใจแต่รู้สึกอะไรสำหรับโรมัน
ผมอยากไปขอโทษเขา
ขอโทษเราเป็นนักกีฬา
เราเป็นนักกีฬาอยากไปขอโทษใช่
I would like the way I felt was that I would like to go and see Chocolatito to see if he's okay, and I would like to say sorry to him because we are athletes, we are sport players. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Why so much compassion? You had the referee bringing, as you explained in the podium during the press conference. Why so much compassion? Why not just bask in his glory?
ทำไมถึงรู้สึกเห็นใจเขาขนาดนั้น
ก็เราเป็นนักมวยเหมือนกันครับก็อยากจะไปพูด
We both are boxers. We went through the same career path. And that's how I feel connected to him.
Y los dos empezamos de abajo. Nuestras carreras han sido similares.
On the ring we had to fight each other, but outside the ring we are friends because we are all boxers.
During beside that knockout shot, had you been setting that up, and what did it feel like when it landed? Did you know he wasn't getting up from that?
¿Y cómo te sentiste cuando se presentó la oportunidad?
ก็รู้แล้วก็ไม่รู้แล้ว
Yes, I knew.
โดนเต็มเลยครับ
Yes, I knew. It was a really great shot, and I knew that he would not come back up.
Many years ago, a fighter from Asia came to the United States with a similar story and a similar record, and he performed similarly with him. We're talking about Manny Pacquiao. He came with a losing record. He made his way up. He beat some of the best Latin fighters in his era twice, and he finally got the respect he wanted. Do you think that there's enough time in his career to become Thailand's Manny Pacquiao to reach that level of epic fights and that kind of a career?
ปีที่แล้วมีนักมวยเอเชียคนหนึ่งมาที่อเมริกาแล้วก็มีประวัติที่คล้ายๆคุณแล้วก็สถิติคล้ายๆคุณแล้วก็มาแล้วกลายเป็นซุปเปอร์สตาร์เขาบอกคนนั้นคือปาเกียวเขาบอกว่าพี่รู้สึกว่าพี่สามารถจะเหมือนเป็นซุปเปอร์สตาร์เหมือนปาเกียวได้ไหม
ครับผมในใจผมลึกๆผมก็ชอบปาเกียวนะครับก็เป็นฮีโร่ของผมนะเขารู้สึกก็จะทำตามเหมือนปาเกียวครับ
So your first fight with Chocolatito was
let him translate.
I really respect Manny Pacquiao. He's my number one hero. If there's a chance that I can follow his footsteps, I will do whatever I can to follow his footsteps as much as I can.
Maybe the Senate run, maybe you become a senator, no?
จะเป็นสวหรือเปล่า It's now a policeman.
เป็นตำรวจอะไรเลย
One more, just very quick.
¿Cuál es tu ocupación? Soy policía.
Thanks to you, in the press conference, we learned his amazing story. You know, we had a similar story from Chocolatito, the humble beginnings, growing up in a poor neighborhood, trying to become a boxer. His story is even bigger, and HBO is known for telling stories in a big way and creating that mystic epic for the fighters. What part of his story does he want us to know that we don't know yet? What would you highlight beyond the humble beginnings and the trash collection and all that?
มีเรื่องอะไรอีกไหมที่อยากจะเล่าให้เขาฟังแต่ตอนผมไม่ได้เล่าว่าพูดอะไรก็เล่าว่าแบบตอนนั้นผมเล่าว่าตอนแรกมาต่อยมวยสถิติยังไม่ค่อยดีแล้วก็เคยเก็บขยะอะไรครับแต่ว่าพอตั้งใจว่าจะต่อยมวยแล้วก็แบบซ้อมอยู่ตลอดเวลาอะไรครับกลายเป็นฮีโร่ได้
เข้ามาเอาอย่างนี้ผมเริ่มต้นเลยครับ
He said he can tell the whole story
ผมเข้ามากรุงเทพเข้ามากับแฟนขี่รถไฟมาผมมีตังค์อยู่500ผมทำตั๋วรถไฟหล่นแล้วแฟนมองผมมาเป็นดาบแล้วก็บอกแฟนว่าไม่เป็นไรรอให้คนตรวจตั๋วรถไฟให้เดินผ่านแล้วก็คิดว่าเราตรวจตั๋วไปแล้ว
So when I first came into Bangkok, he was from the province of Sisaket. That's the name of the province. He went on a train with his girlfriend, and they only had 500 baht. That's a currency. It's around maybe like $5 in his pocket, and he only had enough money to buy tickets for the train, and then
ถึงหัวลำโพงปุ๊บผมก็มีตังค์แค่20 บาทขึ้นรถเมล์ไป เป็น
Oh, like when I arrived in Bangkok, I only had less than $1 left, and I had to walk to the department store to find jobs to do.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, congratulations.
Congratulations. It's a good question, bro. That was a solid story that he gave you. Yeah.
I'm thinking about the next.
It's true, yeah.
We're gonna be talking about this next.
Yeah.
Who do you work for?
KO Artist is my own channel, like on YouTube. It's like KO Artist. Like
KO Artist? Okay.
Sports. Yeah.
I
What's your name, brother?
Diego Moria.
Diego.
I used to work for ESPN. I work for HBO now for HBO.com. Right, for the Sweet Science.
Oh, okay.
Boxing channel.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I thought it was the boxing channel stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see you around for sure.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
We have 5, but that's on the West Coast now. I like it.
Fucking hot balls in here. Alright, we're gonna see if we can find Chocolatito or anybody else in here. Everyone quick subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to bring you guys live press conferences, live post-fight, pre-fight, weigh-ins, all that stuff. I'll do the same for Canelo Triple G, so subscribe and you get all that stuff live. Shoot me, dog. Oh, don't forget that. Oh, it's connected to your phone. Never mind.
I got it.
All right, big dog. See you hopefully next weekend.
Tomorrow?
Oh, I did, but she's like, she said no, dude. So, and I did actually. I asked Fred, and Fred was just kind of like, no. He was like, yeah. He's like, you know, a lot of people tried, and a lot of people got in. I was like, can you email her or something? He's like, she's.
Hey, so it's great.
So, I don't know. I might ask Tom again right now. We'll see. The what? Oh yeah, no, it's worth it for sure. Yeah.
The Kelly Pavlik fight.
Starting slow, but that's what I figured.
Oh, I know.
Hey, thanks for the translation,
Thank
man.
you.
I know.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That was good. Thank you, guys.
Peter Nielsen is not.
Peter Nielsen? He's out right now. He's probably outside.
See what else we could get.
Hey, Carlos. Necesito ser maestro, ¿viste? Necesito ser
Waters for your boy? Nothing? Shit for your boy. What's in here? Waters? It's on the beach? It's on the beach in Waters. What else is happening here? Let's see what else we can get.
Well, I'll take a bet. Well, where can Van fight since Francisco Estrada is next fight.
It was on Nike.com until it sold out in 3 hours, but they're bringing out hats, caps, and they're restocking the other merchandise. So I think the fans by middle of next week will be able to buy it again.
Channel 10 Nicaragua. Channel 10 Nicaragua.
Kind of surprising because they've never had a boxer that had that type of demand. And that was moving international.
My name is
so many fans.
Ivan.
England and all throughout Europe, especially Kazakhstan. And this was all in the United States and sold out in 3 hours. So we'll see a lot more next week. And then,
Good. Well, you guys have it. And Mr. Tom Loeffler, keep putting on great fights. Great fights, great fights. That's all I can say. So tell your fans what you want them to know about Triple G.
September 16th, you're going to see the best performance, best version of Triple G that we've seen in the ring. He's going to be, this is the fight he's been waiting for. He's so motivated for the training for this fight. Abel posted a photo.
Is that the one where he's all ripped and they kept saying Gennady was fat? I mean, did Abel do that on purpose?
I was saying that, but you know, Gennady had striations all over his forearms.
Yeah.
Were ripped.
He's ripped.
He's ready. He's ready to go. That was the last day of training camp. He's ready for TV. This will be the first show, first time he does in Las Vegas. So he's ready to put on
Well, good. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. All right. I'll do my intro and outro. Thanks, Tom.
Kicks and giggles.
A month ago, actually less than a month ago, so it's possible with Triple G, would he want to fight McGregor? If given the chance?
He's 1,000% focused on Canelo. What happens after Canelo? Yeah. Nobody knows. You know, he's got to beat himself first. You know, Conor won a lot of boxing fans. You know, the way he moved in the ring with Floyd, and you know, a lot of people weren't sure how he was going to box in the ring, but you know, he went 10 rounds with Floyd. About what? Probably a lot longer in boxing than Floyd would have gone in the octagon. So, look, you got to give him credit for that. You know, he had a tremendous success with that event, both him and Floyd. Pay-per-views, you know, sponsorships, ticket sales, all that stuff. So, we're just looking to build on that momentum, and what happens after that, we'll see. You know, Dana White said that that was the last time, first and last time that Conor's going to be in the boxing ring. You never know what happens after that, but we'll see. I think Gennady has a lot of plans in boxing, so he's got a lot to prove. If he can beat Canelo, he's got a lot more guys that he still needs to beat.
What are your thoughts tonight on Chocolatito getting knocked out?
That was tough to see. I worked with Chocolatito now for a number of shows, probably 6 shows, and I mean, he's been such a dominant force and such a charismatic, entertaining guy in the ring and outside of the ring, and you know, to see him laying like that on the canvas was really that was tough to see. At the same time, we got to give Rungasai a lot of credit. You know, he got a controversial win the first time. Second time, there was no controversy at all, and he put on an extremely dominant performance.
At some point, Chocolatito was considered the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world.
Just 2 fights ago?
Yeah, just 2 fights ago. And it seems like that momentum just seems so short-lived. Do you have any predictions for him in the future?
It's hard to say. Mr. Honda is a promoter, and Carlos Blandon, his manager. I'm sure they're going to sit down with Chocolatito, see what he wants to do. He's such a popular guy. You saw probably 90% of the fans, 80% of the fans were there for rooting on Chocolatito when he came in. He really got loud at the step-up. So we'll have to see what he wants to do. And, naturally, from our side, we'll support him 100%. So I'm sure after a fight like that, if he takes some time off, he still has a lot of hunger, and we'll see what he wants to do.
For Inoue, it was actually difficult to find him an opponent for tonight, and unfortunately people are scared to fight him.
This is going to make it much more difficult, the way he really dominated Antonio Nieves. He's a world-class fighter. I mean, the way he took him apart, those body shots, the combinations, and the pressure, he lived up to his nickname, the Monster, and everything people were saying about him.
we saw tonight.
There you go, Steven. Ask him your question.
Yeah. I emailed Lauren, like with that first day she sent out the stuff, and I got an email yesterday saying that I couldn't.
I'm going to talk to them with Fred. I got to see, because it seems like the last time he was there, they allowed a lot more people on the
I know
field.
when I talked to Bernie last time, he was like, cool, right away. Like,
right. So yeah, I got to figure out their whole system on that. I don't know if it's.
I'll take it.
Because they're like, in a different winning now or whatever it is.
Right.
But, I'll figure that one out and then have Fred or Bernie try to see.
Yeah, if you could put me on that, like, if it is being
because the
okay.
people just want to come interview them on the field,
Right.
And then, but yeah, we'll see how that.
Well, yeah, whatever you can do, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah.
You want one question?
How do you feel about Inoue?
Inoue had a tremendous.
Everything I got. Door's like heavier than you.
I know.
Okay, good.
Timothy Bradley is a great example. Timothy Bradley's problem is the bodies in boxing. Punch an egg. You just couldn't crack an egg. So, muscles don't give you punching power. Muscles may give you more resistance that was going to come at him. But he still has to get under 160, get under 170 and face Gallo.
Hey, was there any concern if I were to go to a decision? Is there any concern on your end?
Well, of course there's concern. There's always concern because what we often see, which we shouldn't see. What you shouldn't see, like we almost saw here tonight, but it was unfortunately it was an error on Michael's part. But we hope that the judges that they choose are on the up and up, and we hope that everything is on a level playing field. I believe that it will be. I believe that it's up to us to make it so it's irrelevant. The judges or the outcome of scoring.
Could going for a knockout against Canelo be counterproductive? Are you going to want him to box more in that fight instead of going after Canelo?
I want him to be the best Golovkin can be. That's how I prepare him. I don't prepare. I want Golovkin to go after him just like he did with every fight that he's fought. Just like he did with every fight that you've seen. He's going to go out and do what he does best. For me to say that I'm going to change it because Canelo does this and Canelo does that, then we would be going in not 100%. Then we'd be adapting to somebody else. I think Canelo's going to have a hard time dealing with the presence and the strength and the power. He's going to have a difficult time. It may not be at the beginning of the fight, but eventually he will have a very, very difficult time.
Well, not looking past this challenge task on September 16, but given that you guys are victorious, what would the future hold for Golovkin?
I would love to see him, and he says to me in the gym just the other day, about a week ago, he'd like to fight 3 or 4 years. We'll see how this fight goes. I'd like to see him fight again before the end of the year, maybe the late December, depending on Tom Loeffler, the promoter. But I really think that he can fight in December and then fight again in May and then fight again in September of next year. So he wants to stay busy. He wants to make sure that he fights as much as he can while he still can.
So is your rematch clause to the benefit of Canelo, given that he loses this to exercise it? Do you think if he were to not be victorious September 16, that he would actually exercise that clause?
No, I hope it's the kind of fight where they exercise that clause. I hope it's the kind of fight that we, the public, because I'm part of the fans too, we, the public, want to see again. We haven't had that. We haven't had those kind of rivalries in boxing for a long, long time. So if it's that good a fight and they exercise the clause, even if it's not a lot like they want it to be, like they say it's too lopsided, and they want to do it again because they feel they can do it again and they can get better, that's the way it should be. They should be up to the challenge.
Last question, you are a Mexican trainer. You taught Gennady Golovkin the quote-unquote Mexican style, but Canelo seems to be calling him out on the Mexican style. He says that he's a little confused that there is no such thing as a Mexican style. He kind of broke it down and said there's many different styles. There isn't just one. Taking punches is not a Mexican style. What do you make of this perception of you guys' new Mexican style?
Well, if you saw the Cuadras Estrada fight tonight, that's Mexican style. There's no clinching. There's aggression. There's punches being thrown. There's defense working, obviously. That's the Mexican style. That's what we're used to seeing in the ring from our great fighters, from Luis Chavez to Olivares to Sal Sanchez. Even though Sal Sanchez wasn't an attacker like Chavez was, but the aggression and the lack of flinching is what Mexican style is. A fight that pleases us as fans, and just like yourself tonight, like I said, two Mexicans in there bombing it out, and it's boxing. They're gonna hit each other. If I give you a perfect fighter, you're not gonna pay to see them. There's a couple, 3 or 4 fighters that we know that we can talk about that are probably one of the best. They're probably the best fighters in the world, but nobody wants to see them. Nobody will pay. This is a sold house. Yes, Lara, Rigondeaux, Andre at times. This is a sold out house. It's sold out. How often can those fighters say that they can do that? We had a fight not too long ago, the rematch between Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev, 2 of the best fighters in the world. I have to say that probably in the top 3 or 4 in the world. We got 6,500 fans, Mandalay Bay, something like that, and 125,000 buys. That's ridiculous. They're too great for people not to respect that fight. But we also have, as fighters and as trainers and as managers, we have to give the fans what they're willing to pay for. If they're not willing to pay for that kind of style, then we have to change our style or modify it so that we can get those buys. So Estrada and Cuadras tonight was the kind of, that's Mexican style.
And Abel, this is my last one. Did you see what John David said about Kovalev recently? I know you said kind of similar things about Kovalev in the past. What did you think about those things? That's true.
I never said those things. I did say that he was difficult to work with.
That's all right.
But John David is John David. John David went through some experiences with Sergey. Unfortunately, it was aired out on the internet. I would have liked for that not to have been the case, but John David is John David. Maybe he felt that that's the only way that he could clear himself or make himself not the scapegoat for what happened in the fight. But you know what, it takes two. It takes Sergey to do his job, and it takes John David to do his job. Sergey doesn't let John David do his job, and it's impossible to blame him for it. And from everything I read prior to the fight, John David was just a midman. That's unfortunate. John David is a 3-time world champion. I think he knows a little bit about boxing. You gotta let him do his job.
Thanks, Abel.
Thank you, Abel. Appreciate you.
Have a good night, Abel.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, one off the record.
That was a good question, Sean. Yeah, that was a good fucking question, bro. Yeah. No, but when you said it, I was like, hey, no shit. I was like, you know, that was a good fucking question, bro. Fuck yeah.
Should we do a fight, guys?
Oh, good lord. Really? How do we get out of here? Oh, thank you.
Hold on, was Tino still inside? No, no one's in there. Bye, Tom, thank you. No one's in there.
I don't think anyone can really hear it.
Oh.
Oh man, I sort of pissed off Team Rockets on it.
Huh? What?
I asked them about the headbutt in the first round and they didn't like it.
He said, hey, he's like, hey, why'd you headbutt my boy Chocolatito?
No, dude, I'm like,
no, I'm kidding,
brother,
I'm kidding.
I was like,
totally
I'm Asian, like.
You're like, I just want to ask. Cynthia, you're live on my.
Hi guys. See my outfit? Oh,
Hey, and hey, look, and the heels made it the whole day.
The wedgies.
Hey.
The wedgies.
She's going to a discotheque after this? Not a club, a discotheque.
I love discotheque. I love disco, by the way.
What's her name?
She about to go dance to ABBA at home?
I love ABBA.
Fucking hate ABBA.
Hey,
There's
hey,
an
hey.
obvious reason why I hate ABBA.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, what did you guys think of the fight? It's very sad. Well, you know, it's
It was very
boxing.
sad.
It was a very somber press conference. Yeah, so I don't know how you guys scored it, but
Here, let me
you
switch
know.
the camera so that
Oh, what?
see all
Your
of us.
thinger. Yeah. Oh.
Careful with your.
Here. Oh, whoa, whoa,
Hey.
whoa, hey.
Hey.
I thought there was a lipstick in there. No?
Have a good one, guys.
You're on my live, Ivy.
Oh, I am? Hi, guys.
So what were your thoughts, Ivy?
Thoughts? God, I can't lie. I'm actually pretty bummed out for Chocolatito. You know, his career.
It was just sad
seemed,
the way it happened. Too.
Yeah, it just seems like his career was so short-lived. I mean, he was just pound for pound, like Chocolatito.
Oh yeah, it was just. I mean, what's gonna happen with him next?
I think he goes back down to 112, but he's there. Like, oh, that's true. He had issues last time. Maybe he just needs to like avoid Rungas.
Well,
I think
you
he
can't avoid Rungas, then you would have to leave the division. Eventually, you're gonna go up and move up or move down. So Rungas needs to just keep going up. He's freaking a beast. It's like,
old is he?
But you know how Asians are. They get better when they get when they get older.
I did it, so it's cool.
Yeah. What?
I said you guys said it. I did it. You guys are Asian.
Say it.
Basically, Inoue versus Quadras and freaking
Inoue
versus Estrella. It's basically Super Fly too.
No, I don't think it's not. I think Inoue. I would love to see Inoue and
people are scared of fire.
This is the way. It has to be Estrada.
Oh.
It has to be Estrada because if it isn't, they'll strip
Sorry,
because he's the mandatory.
Yeah, I would love to see Inoue and
I love sardines.
We're gonna keep pushing in.
During the Estrada fight, yelling experience because Estrada was winning, I'm like, wait, Quadras was the champ before and he's got more fights than Estrella. He's got the experience. I'm like,
That was a good ass fight though.
There's no debating with drunk people. Next time someone stands up on me, I swear my tripod's gonna stick. This way, guys. This way.
Oh, Lot D, where the media parking was at.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I still had to pay.
I know.
Yeah, so
I was like, ah! I know. Whatever.
I really wanted to try this spot.
What spot?
My father's barbecue.
Oh.
Where Alabama.
Oh, what's his name?
Texas.
What's his name said it was good.
It looks hella good.
Okay, where are we going?
Oh yeah, it's that
We
way.
have to go that way.
I tried finding your Instagram. I couldn't find it.
Newsnerd 26. Yeah, that's me.
All right, guys, subscribe to the channel.
Hi, subscribe to mine.
You know what to do, guys. Subscribe
Subscribe
to KO Artist Sports.
And put what's your YouTube channel? Right?
Oh, Hooked Unboxing.
What up?
YouTube Hooked Unboxing.
Yep.
She does that a lot on the videos. See you guys next time.